after falling at Scottsdale Stadium to San Francisco 5-1. But the good thing,
ahead of this, Bob Melvin is counting on to, add some more length when you
Bogart, Soto. They're going to be problematic for everybody. And right off the top, Justin Steele, Matthew Batten. It's Julio Teheran out there on the.
Count on him to do a lot for this Cubs rotation as far as, giving them some depth.
Okay, filling it up there.
Be, effectively wild or be around the plate. And since that first strike, he's thrown 3 in. I was listening to John, and you can't see it as often. I made a good point, especially.
So, free pass.
Nico Horner, Trey Mancini over at first, and Jan going.
Little spin move. First, no outs. Runners on first and second. And then his homemade salsa, Cliff. You a salsa fan?
Absolutely.
Bringing that one just
to get out of sorts. And that's what happens when you get out of sorts. You're trying to just bring it back in and reel it back in until you.
You know that your heartbeat, it settles down just a little bit, Cliff.
That does. I mean,
gold medal treatment to Tommy Hotovy back in the mix after being a little under the weather. Nelson Cruz. That ball. Swanson pushes Adam.
With the big league team.
Ruben Odor. Eagle being on the board 1-0. Day where he's going out there and looking to work on one thing and one thing only. Maybe he's trying to lean into all of his optional
pitches and sort of stick to it. I mean, you have a couple more
stations of pitches these days. And there's the out pitch right there. Justin Steele gets Ruben Odor chopping.
Without a couple guys, right? This curveball, a lot of usage of that fastball is in that 60%. So
Nico Horner, an 0-2 count, takes ball 1.
That's something we said about. You got a lot of guys who can hit the 3-run home. You got a lot of guys that can do some.
Nico shoots one foul.
I see the same thing with the Cubs hitters. I mean, I don't expect the 3-run homer a lot.
I'm going to catch up with Rossi. Foul ball. Matt Carpenter and Mr. Nola.
Thank you.
Behind the plate.
Sometimes you get a little.
It's a routine out. San Diego Padres. Dansby Swanson, former teammate on the mat to shortstop. Ian Happ. And one thing we've seen.
I think it just takes time. I really do. I think when you look at certain guys consistently, it's very hard to do. It's very hard to stay consistently good in a game.
A little later than that one. 2-2 count. Runs off. There you go. Ian Happ draws a walk. Mancini looking to take that brand new car swing.
I was talking to him. We showed, we did a one-on-one with them, Trey in his lineup.
Strike 3, Mancini waiting, so you know what time it is. Time for a Seiya Suzuki update.
That is exactly what I.
Those out there in TV land, just to clarify, when you say he's doing front flips, that's a would hope not.
What?
He's pretty athletic, Cliff.
No. I'm not saying that
these days. BTW. Ground ball to Ed. Undersold on that one was the stretch by Trey Mancini. Wise is in addition to.
Took a chance to lock up one of those bench spots. Walked the guy in the first, and all of a sudden settled in and pitched nice. Doing the things you want to do. That was a good pitch.
No,
I did. I saw it.
They told you to say that in your ear.
I swear.
Because there's. Still. Third walk of the. That was planted. That was planted in Cliff's ear. Strike 1.
There it is.
Throw right in the right spot. Nico tried to let it travel.
By a lot.
Could be a case of the pitchers. Not really.
Well, I think it's going to be something we talk about a lot during the season.
Yeah.
And people might say, we going to have to utilize the stolen base to their advantage. The Cubs see. Well, in this new era of baseball, 60 is a lot.
It is.
Trey Turner can still.
There's the move right there. So.
And it really takes the pressure off of the hit.
Clock will certainly keep him honest this season.
Well, keep him honest, but as far as, you know, just holding guys on a little bit more.
Matt Carpenter, the Galveston, Texas native, takes first pitch strike. As accomplished hitter as he's been, he's struggled this spring. Matt Carpenter has, Cliff. Did you prefer night games to day games? In evening games under the lights. Swanson gobbles it up.
Shoots it. While Justin is not feeling the way, you know, you would like him to feel.
And you saw the conversation between David Ross and Yan Gomes.
You know, to manage.
And that ball absolutely just foul. That one lifted.
You talk about a guy at that pitch right there, he's leaking a little bit with his front side. Gives you the foul ball as opposed to a rock.
Hit well, however, Matt Carpenter.
It's been in the last couple of years, and I asked him, do you think it's related at all to injury, just feeling better? He says,
yeah, Cody Bellinger with a Satchel Paige state of mind. Don't look back, someone might be chasing you.
Just talking about with that front shoulder. You know, if you have that, you know, that mindset of, I'm gonna take 100 hacks, I want 10 good hacks, 10 quality hacks.
Yeah. You start to get tired. Sometimes your swing gets a little bit lazy. That ball hit well by Yan Gomes. However, like we were saying, though, when you continually take swings.
There's been many times I've had to have hitting game and have that, you know, we've been talking about the last couple of days. What's like?
Edwin Rios. You know, in the small spatterings.
Puts right, but when I did, I'm hopping, throwing the bat down. Oh,
Jane's a big fan of Jim Riggleman back in the day. Going Sands under to right field. That one gobbled up by Brandon Dix there, and he works to Nelson Cruz, the man they call Boomstick, Cliff.
What's the reason?
Maybe a base knock for number 32. Slim down a lot. He's lean. He's every bit of 6'4" and stands in.
Oh, I had a chance a couple years ago before COVID hit. We was in the cage, home in off season, in a spot that he had to pass
to Nelson Cruz. Like Silky Johnson is hater of the year. He should be a shoe-in. More solid contact. 3 with 9 RBIs. We like a guy that you know quite well, Pedro Martinez. Like folklore and root and how he maintained his greatness. Not a bad idea. Nico
gate that out. So you have to come out and throw strikes at some point. So you
don't want to do is be out there for longer than necessary. The ball falls in front of Talkman. There you have it.
Well, gray, and then tomorrow I got the dark. So it's I'm just gonna get my hands on the dot.
Stretched out, the at-bats are coming. Guys are coming back from the WBC. Some guys. You can't get that playoff atmosphere until you get in there.
On third. There you go.
now I figure I'll follow up after we've seen a few innings from him and what you've seen so far.
Yeah, big things out of him this year.
Rossi, how important is it for a guy like Justin Steele to have every single part of it?
That's why you see a lot of great hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about catchers.
The only player on the field who can see the whole field. What an unbelievable play by Ruben Odor.